When you think of sports cars, when you think of racing cars, when you think of fast cars, when you think of beautiful cars, the first car that you probably think of is Ferrari. After all, the most common car to play with when you are a child is the small red toy car, usually based on a Ferrari. But which are the most iconic Ferraris of all time? That is a very difficult question to answer, but my good friend Jared and I, we sat down and we kind of hashed out the top 10 of this list, guys. There's a full article on themotoringchronicle.com. I am not going to show it, but if you want to go read it, it'll be in the description if you're on YouTube. If you're on one of the other platforms, do head over to our website. I imagine it's probably trending as one of the most popular articles on the website right now, but I'm going to try and quickly go through all of these as quickly as I can and put some pretty pictures of these beautiful machines on the screen as we go. So in number 10, it's the 308 GTS. This was launched in 1977 and it brought mid-engine accessibility to Ferrari's road lineup with its Targa top design. Its 2.9 litre V8 engine, transversely mounted, produced a 252 horsepower. Remember, this is almost 50 years ago, so that was quite a lot back in those days. It could do 0 to 60 in 6.7 seconds, and it could top out at nearly 160 miles an hour, both class-leading figures for the period. Over 3,200 of these were rolled out in total by 1985, cementing its role as a gateway to the prancing horse's iconic marquee. Number 9, the 288 GTO. Unveiled at the 1984 Geneva Motor Show, the 288 GTO was a Group B homologation special turned into a road titan. Its 2.8 litre V8 engine, which was longitudinally mounted, wielded twin IHI turbochargers and Burr intercoolers, delivering around 400 horsepower and almost 500 newton meters of torque at 3.8 thousand RPM. It could do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 4.8 seconds and reach almost 190 miles an hour. Again, class leading for that time period. And in fact, it set the record for the fastest road car produced by Ferrari at that time. Only 272 of these cars were produced in total, each with a composite bodywork and a visceral race-ready howl when you stepped on the loud pedal. Number 8, the 458 Italia. The 2009 458 Italia redefined mid-engine's Ferrari with cutting-edge technology. Its 4.5 litre V8 engine was naturally aspirated and screamed at a whopping 562 brake horsepower and over 500 newton meters of torque at 6,000 RPM. Which meant that it had 125 horsepower per litre of the engine, which was a road car record at the time. It could do 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds and top over 200 miles an hour when you pressed on the loud pedal at full throttle. But it was through the corners where it was quick as well. That Pininfarina vented bodywork generated 140 kilograms of downforce as well at just over 120 miles an hour. I mean, you could go through the corners at a very, very fast rate of knots. Number 7, the Ferrari 365 GTB for Daytona. Now, we're going a long way back here, back to 1968, but my God, is the design of this thing absolutely timeless. This bucked the mid-engine trend with a front-engine powerhouse at this car. It had a 4.4 litre V12 engine, the V12 engine that Ferrari is synonymous with. It was longitudinally mounted and produced 350 brake horsepower, which again was a lot for the 1960s. It could do 0 to 60 miles an hour in just over 5 seconds and go 174 miles an hour. The fastest road Ferrari car of its day. It is named in honour of the Daytona 24-hour 1-2-3 victory that Ferrari had in 1967, the year before this car rolled off the production line in Maranello. Just over 1,400 of these were produced in total, and all of them absolutely exquisite, no doubt about it. But let's head a bit more into the future, but still an old car, over 40 years old now, is the Ferrari Testarossa at number 6. This had a V12 engine in it as well, 4.9 litres of it to be exact, and that produced almost 400 brake horsepower, and meant that the car could do 0 to 60 miles an hour in just over 5 seconds and reach a top speed of almost 190 miles an hour. It had a steel monocoque design and weighed just over 1,500 kilograms without any fuel or lubricant fluid in it. It was absolutely incredible. This is one of the iconic Ferraris for sure of the 1980s. There's no doubt about that. This is one of the iconic cars of the 1980s in general, and it sold incredibly well. Almost 10,000 of them were sold by 1996. When you think of a Ferrari, this is one of the first ones you think of, in my opinion. But when I was growing up, the one that I probably liked the most, and it's a bit Marmite, some people love it, some people hate it, but the Ferrari F50. This celebrated Ferrari's 50th anniversary, and it had a 4.7 litre engine, which had 12 cylinders, another V12, incredible stuff here, and it also produced over 500 brake horsepower. It could do 0 to 60 miles an hour in less than 4 seconds and hit over 200 miles an hour in a straight line. It had a carbon fibre monocoque, meaning it was very light and very strong. There are only 349 of these built in total. This had no ABS, no electronic aids. It was just a pure machine that a driver could really get the most out of. Number 4 though is the Ferrari Enzo. The Enzo is of course named after Ferrari's founder, Enzo Ferrari. In 2002, this channeled Formula 1 into a road beast. It had a 6-litre V12 naturally aspirated engine that could unleash over 650 brake horsepower. It could do 0 to 60 miles an hour in just over 3 seconds and almost hit 220 miles per hour in a straight line. This had a carbon fibre chassis, weighed just over 1,200 kilograms, and only 400 of these were ever made, meaning that it's extremely rare, but my goodness me, is it a beautiful car. Over 20 years on, it still looks striking, it still looks stunning. It doesn't stand out at all in a sense against some of the top hypercars of today. It very much does hold its own in that regard, despite, like I say, being over 20 years old now. Onto the podium we go. Ferrari's LaFerrari is up next. Now this one is an incredible car and another relatively modern one, but over 10 years old now. I didn't realise it was quite that old actually. This very much pioneered the hybrid supercars that we are used to seeing today. It had a 6.3 litre engine, a V12 engine at that, and it had another 120 kilowatts of electric power as well, thanks to that hybrid system, meaning that when it's fully unleashed, it has almost 1,000 horsepower powering it. Unbelievable stuff there. And that meant that it could do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.4 seconds and hit almost 220 miles an hour in a straight line. It weighed just over 1,200 kilograms, and thanks to things such as its active aerodynamics, its active suspension and everything like that, it could produce a mind-boggling 360 kilograms of downforce through the corners at 120 miles an hour. This thing was absolutely rapid and still is even today. Just under 500 were produced, 499 in total. So it's a very rare car, but my God, if you ever get the chance to see one in person, take a picture of it. You won't see another one, and it's an absolute beauty for sure. We're going to go way back now. This one is the one that I personally was going to put as number 1, but I've relented on it. We came to a compromise, but my personal favourite is the Ferrari 250 GTO. This is an iconic Ferrari. When you think of Ferraris, I do think of this one. It's an absolute beauty. The 1962 250 GTO blends race and road genius. It's got a 3-litre engine that produces 300 brake horsepower in total. It's a V12 as well, of course, being a Ferrari from back in the day. It could do 0 to 60 miles an hour in just over 5 seconds, and it could reach 174 miles an hour in a straight line. This is one of the most iconic Ferraris of all time. In fact, one sold for $70 million in 2018 at auction, making it one of the most expensive cars in the history of the automotive industry right there. But number one, I mean, for me, this was definitely up there with the top, but you probably guessed it because it's not up until this point. The Ferrari F40. It is Ferrari's ultimate icon from 1987, a raw turbocharged beast of a machine. It's got a 2.9 litre V8 engine, which is longitudinally mounted, featured twin IHI turbos and Burt intercoolers, and that produces a whopping 478 brake horsepower in total. Can do 0 to 60 in just over 4 seconds and go over 200 miles an hour. Probably the first one to actually hit 200 miles an hour was this. In fact, it was as well. Incredible, really. No electronic aids or anything like that. This was just a pure racing beast. And it sold well as well by Ferrari standards too. It sold over 1,300 in total by 1992, cementing its place as a legend of Ferrari. But there we go, guys. Those are our picks for the top 10 Ferraris of all time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. Which is your favourite Ferrari of all time? Let us know in the comments below. Have a fantastic day ahead, guys. Have a great weekend when it arrives. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see some more videos like this. And yeah, see you very soon.